Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, or whatever day you happen to be watching this video. My name is Kata. Welcome to K2B Fitness. Today we are going to be doing some mobility and stretching. We haven't done this for a few weeks, so we are about due. You're going to want to grab a mat. If you don't want to go down to the floor, you can do a lot of these exercises either seated in a chair or staying upright and using the chair for support, or using that instead of the floor. So feel free to modify this workout, and you don't have to go to the floor. You can do a lot of things in the chair. It's going to be a little weird doing some of the exercises in the chair. It's not going to be quite the same, but you're still going to get the benefit of the movement and things like that. So grab some water, grab a mat, have that set out and laid out, and we're going to go ahead and get started here pretty soon. So I'm just going to quick grab a drink, everybody a minute to get their area situated. So one thing that would really help me out is if you can remember to like any of the videos that you have enjoyed. If you can subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this. There's no cost for subscribing. And then hit that little notification bell, because that'll let you know anytime I go live or anytime I add any other videos. Also, if you go to my website and you sign up for my weekly newsletter, we are starting the 12 Days of Fitness on the 13th, which will run through through Christmas Eve. And every day you get a new exercise. So you start with one exercise, just like the song, on the 13th. And then on the 14th, you get the first and the second exercise. And so each day you add in a new exercise. I have the emails ready to go, and it's also on my private Facebook group, and you can get that information on my channel. If you're already a subscriber for my email, you get my weekly email. You already are signed up for it, so you will see more emails. I'm not spamming you, I promise. It's just the 12 Days of Fitness workout. So I don't do that very often. Usually it's a once a week email kind of thing. So you're not going to start getting 9 million emails from me, I promise. And that's not my water. So that's my one from yesterday. But we are going to go ahead and get started. And we're going to be on the floor pretty much all the workout today. Just checking my audio today. So we're going to take it down to the floor, and we're just going to start on our backs. So the whole point for this, remember, is we're just waking up our bodies. So you're going to be a little bit stiff to start with, and that's okay. The whole point is to start to loosen up as you go through these exercises. So let's go ahead and start. These bent, feet flat on the floor. We're going to place our hands on our bellies. And when you breathe in, I want you to breathe into your hands. And when you breathe out, I want you to pull the belly in and tighten up a little bit. Good, so breathe in and out. Good, we're going to do a couple more of these. So just breathe into that belly. And we're not doing any arching or rounding of the low back, but we're tightening and releasing our core. And one more good breath. All right, let's bring those legs up. And we're going to place our hands lightly on our knees. We're going to place our low back close to the floor, pull the belly in, and we're going to start to draw circles with our knees. So we're doing circles with our hips. Now that you can make them bigger, but know that as soon as your feet start getting closer to the floor, we're going to start putting a little bit more of a challenge on our low back and our core. Good, let's bring it in. We're going to go the other direction. So we're going to do a few clockwise, a few counterclockwise. So just nice, good hip circles. couple more right here. All right, we're gonna bring it in. We're gonna take the right leg straight, pull in on the left knee, and now we're gonna switch. So we're just gonna alternate. And as we straighten that leg, we wanna squeeze the quad, push the heel to the floor, while the leg that we pull in on, we just wanna do a gentle pull, knee into the chest. Good, here's 2. And 1. All right, we're gonna hold that knee that's up. We're gonna bring the knee over your hip, flex your foot, and you're going to straighten and bend. So straighten and bend. So low back still pulled into the floor. We're starting to wake up those hamstrings just a little bit. Good, let's hold that leg up, and we're going to point and flex. Point, flex. So we're working that ankle. Your knee can be soft. It does not have to be perfectly straight. Point, flex. Good, hold it here. We're gonna bend that knee, and now we're gonna pull that knee across the body and try to get that foot to the floor. And we're gonna take the arm out to the side. So if you think right leg across the body, right arm opens out to the side, palm up. Hip stretch, torso stretch, and a little bit of a chest stretch as well. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, bring it back into the center, switching sides. So we straighten the leg, pull the other knee in. We're gonna keep our knee over our hip, flex our foot, and we're gonna lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Most important thing is to go at your own speed. Nice, good stretch. Good, let's take that leg up. We're gonna point and flex. So point, flex, point, flex. Good, 2, and 1. Bend that knee. We're gonna pull it across the body. Take that knee to the floor, and we're gonna open the opposite shoulder out to the side. So just nice deep breaths. So good inhale, good exhale. And I want you to notice the difference between one side and the other. Good, let's bring it back into the center. Knees bent, feet flat. We're gonna start with our feet together, our knees together. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're gonna brace that core. Now we're going to lift up into a good bridge, and we're gonna hold it. So squeeze the inner thighs together, lifting those hips, and bring it back down again. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, brace the core, squeeze the glutes. Open at the front of your hip, making sure that we're lifting our torso up off of the ground. Shoulders will still be down. Good. Release. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Brace the core. Lift the hips up. We're going to take it out and in. Out and in. So a little butterfly. Getting a little hip work here. A little mobility. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Take those hips down to the floor. Feet hip width apart. Brace the core, low back pulled in. We're going to take our arms out to the side, open at the chest, palms facing up. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up, overhead, and exhale all the way down to our hips. So we're going to do snow angels. So inhale, bring it up and over. Exhale, bring it back down around to your hips. Good, open. And take it out. Good, inhale it up. This is good shoulder work. We're bracing our core. We're not allowing our ribs to flare. Good, we've got one more of these. Good, inhale. And exhale. We're going to take our bodies, we're going to roll them over to the side. Push yourself up to a seated position. We're going to do our matador stretching with a little bit of extra. So we're going to take our legs a little bit wide, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Hands can be by your hips, but we're going to just take it to one side and then over to the other. After we do a few of these, you'll probably notice that you need to adjust, because as we move side to side, we tend to move forwards and backwards. But a little inner thigh, outer thigh stretch here. Good. Take it over to the right, and we're going to bend the front leg, bend the back leg a little bit, and this is our S seat, so you form a little bit of an S. Hand can be by your hip. This back leg, we're going to straighten it, lift it, bring it around, set it in front of this thigh, hug this knee, open out to the side, release, take this leg that's up, point it, circle it around, and back down. So we're going to lift that leg, circle it around, hug the knee, open big, release, straighten it, circle it back around. We're going to do that one more time. So straighten it, circle it around, hug the knee, open big, return, take that leg out, and circle. Now you can keep the legs here, or if you can open it more into a 90-90, go for that. Turn over the leg that's down and in front, fold at the hips and sit into that outer thigh and glute, stretching that outer hip. Let's go ahead and bring it up and switch it over to the other side. Same thing. So we're taking it over. If you need, we're going to bend into our S seat, straighten this leg, circle it around, set it on the floor, hug your knee, open your torso, close, straighten that leg out, circle it around, and take it down to the floor. So lift, circle, bring it up, open the torso, bring it back around, straighten that leg, circle. If you need to, this hand can be back by your hip. Sit as tall as you can. Grab your knee. Open. Close. Straighten the leg and circle it around again. You can stay here, or if you can, open up to that 90-90. Turn over the bottom leg that's in front, and again, forward fold by sitting into the hips. So deep breaths. Exhale, try to go a little bit lower every time. Let's bring it up. Bottom leg, we're going to slide it underneath the top leg, coming over to hands and knees. If you need to, place something under those knees for a little bit of support. We're going to take our shoulders over our wrists. We're going to inhale for cat-cow, and then exhale. So shoulders are over the wrists, hips are over the knees, and we're just going to inhale and exhale. Little pelvic tuck, waking up the spine, open the chest. Exhale, push that floor away. Good, inhale and exhale. Now we're going to find somewhere in the middle, brace the core, nice neutral spine. We're going to inhale, gentle arch of the back, and then we're going to circle the hips to the right, or push the hips to the right. Exhale, lift up in the center, and then push the hips to the other side. So we're just going to do hip circles, like we're doing a hula hoop. So inhale towards the floor and then to the side. Exhale, up and over to the other side. Nothing else is moving. Good, we're gonna switch over. So we inhale, we push our hips over to the opposite side. Exhale in the center, and then circle around. So this is a little bit of pelvic control. Nice good circles, nice good movement. This is our last one. Circling it up and around. And we're just gonna sit our hips back to our heels for a moment to give those wrists a little bit of a break. Let's go ahead and bring it back up to that nice hands and knees position. We're really gonna brace our core with this one. Plant those hands down on the ground. We're gonna straighten the elbows. Now we're gonna do our shoulder rolls. So we're going to take our shoulders, we're gonna shrug them up by our ears, pull them back, and then down, and then push the floor away. So nice, good circles. What tends to happen with these is we start to use our elbows, or we start to allow our low back to arch. So really think about your body and your movement and your posture. Another way you can do this is with your arms out in front of you against a wall. Good, now we're gonna go the other direction. So we're gonna pull our shoulders down, back, and then circle the ears up and push the floor away. So pull it down, squeeze them together, roll them up to the ears, and push the floor away. You're gonna find that one direction works better than the other, and one of them seems to feel like you have more control. Good, and again, let's sit those hips back to those heels, stretch those arms out. So nice, good child's pose. Allow the wrists to take a break. Let's go ahead and bring it up. We're gonna walk our hands back. So take the knees wide, toes pointing close to each other. They can be tucked under or they can be pointed. Pointed, you're gonna stretch your shins. We're gonna sit our hips back to our heels in a bit of a frog type stretch. Left hand is by your left thigh. Push that floor away. Right arm is lightly behind the ear. You're gonna take elbow to elbow, and then you're gonna open that shoulder up towards the ceiling. So elbow to elbow, and then we open. Our hips stay glued to our heels or as close as they can get. We're using that arm to push that floor away, pull the shoulder away from the ear. Good, bring it in, switching sides. Right hand is closer to the right hip. Pull the shoulder down, hand lightly behind the ear. So elbow to elbow, and then open out to the side. Elbow to elbow, and open. Good, we have a couple more of these. And I know everybody loves their strength training and their cardio, but this is so important to be able to move our body pain-free throughout the day. Good, let's take the hands back down. We're going to bring our knees in into a traditional child's pose position. So we're going to sit those hips back, reach those arms out in front of us, add a little wiggle side to side, allowing your armpit to kind of drop towards the floor, stretching out those lats. Good. We're going to do our waves. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to tuck our chin, round our spine, roll through like a wave crashing to the shore, to a plank, or if you're comfortable with it, you're going to drop into an up dog position. You're going to look over one shoulder, look over the other. Tuck your toes under. Deep breath in. As we exhale, lift the hips up into a down dog. Hold this position, and we're going to add gentle heel drops. So a little stretch of the calves, a little stretch of the hamstrings. Good, let's bring those knees back down to the floor. Sit your hips back to your heels again. Take a deep breath in, exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine, roll through like a wave to shore, holding a plank or allowing the hips to drop. Point your toes, open the chest, shoulders down. Look over one shoulder, look over the other. Center it up, tuck the toes under. Lift the hips up into a down dog, adding in those nice ankle drops. Good, let's bring those knees back down to the floor. Sit your hips back to your heels. Roll the shoulders, give your wrists a little bit of a break. We're going to take our right foot forwards into a nice good half kneeling stance. Check your opposite leg, the one that's in back. Try not to let the heel or the toe cross over. Try to have a nice good neutral position. We're gonna tuck and release. So tuck and release, tuck, release. So all this is a glute squeeze. Good, 2, 1, hold the tuck. Now we're going to push forwards and back. So a little bit of an ankle stretch, but we're really stretching that hip in the back. Good, neutral position, tuck and squeeze. We're gonna bump our hip side to side like we are in a very narrow hallway. So we're just going to bump and bump. Keeping that tuck, keeping that squeeze. Good, in the center, tuck and squeeze, reach across the body, corner to corner. Good, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in the center. We're going to open this hip either out to the corner, or if you have the flexibility, out to the side. This hip and thigh stay pointing forwards. We're going to gently press it out and back in. This may not feel good on your knee. If it doesn't, I want you to just find a position and press this thigh out. But if it feels all right, we're going to add in this inner thigh stretch here. Good, bring it in, gently press this leg out. We're gonna lift up, reach for the ceiling, side bend, bring it back down again. So bring it up, side bend, and release. Good, one more time. Inhale it up, and exhale. Bring it into the center, switching over to the other side. Nice, good half kneeling stance. Tuck, release, tuck, release. Good, 4. Should feel a nice good squeeze, nice good hip opener. Hold the tuck and the squeeze, push it forwards, take it back. Your front foot heel should remain on the ground. If it doesn't, you may just need to move that foot out a little bit farther. Good, bring it in the center. We're going to bump, bump, bump. So keeping that tuck and squeeze, we're trying to keep that nice neutral hip position. 3, 2, good, in the center, tuck and squeeze, reach and reach. So reaching corner to corner, holding the tuck, holding the squeeze, that nice neutral position. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring it in. We're going to take this hip, open it out to a corner, or if you can, again, open it out to the side, press it out, bring it back in. Press and in. And it's okay, you might notice that one hip likes to open out to the side. This is the one that on me that does, and the other does not. That just lets you know that your inner thigh is a little bit tighter on that side. Or for me, my outer thigh is a little more active and I need to do inner thigh work. Good, bring it in. We're gonna gently press that thigh out, reach it up, take it out to the side. Good, a couple more of these. Inhale, nice deep breath in. Exhale. Good, one more time. Inhale. Nice deep breath in. Let's go ahead and bring the legs in. We're going to come to a seated position. You can come to standing if you need to come to standing, but we are going to do a little bit of a head series, head and neck series. Find a comfortable position. If you cross your legs, I want you to switch the direction that you cross them. So if it feels odd or a little uncomfortable, that's good. I want you to do that. We can have our hands by our hips, but I want you to sit nice and tall, core is braced, like our back and our hips are against the wall behind us. Shoulder down, ear to shoulder, switching sides. So take it to the one side, over to the other. So shoulders are down, our torso stays nice and tall. bring that head up. We're gonna look to one side, and then we're gonna switch and look to the other. So look to one side, and then over to the other. Look, and switch. Torso stays pointing to the front. Good, bring it into the center. We're gonna take our chin, we're gonna gently look up towards the ceiling. And now we're gonna tuck our chin like we're holding an apple underneath. Look towards the ceiling, and then tuck your chin. So really think about tucking versus just nodding. So lift, hold an apple behind you, and now hold an apple in front of you. Last time, lift, and then tuck. We're gonna take one hand, we're gonna make the letter L. Your index finger is on your chin, your thumb is going to be at your sternum. If you are close to a good neutral spine, you may have to do a bend of that thumb, but we're gonna pull the chin back, take it forwards. Pull the chin back, take it forward. So imagine you're pressing your head to the wall behind you, and release. Tuck, release. Good, just a couple more. So tuck and forward. Last one, tuck and forwards. Good. We're gonna take our right hand, we're gonna place it in the small of our back. We're gonna take our left hand and we're gonna grab that right hand if you can and pull it over so your left arm makes that chicken wing. If that does not work, I want you to take your right hand and I just want you to reach and try to put it on the floor as close to your left hip as you can. Pull it over, tilt your head away from the arm that is behind your neck. So you're pulling the shoulder down, pulling the ear away, lifting that ear towards the ceiling. 4, 3, 2. Now we're gonna gently nod our head no. Shake your head no. So you're gonna look towards your armpit and then look towards the ceiling, looking with your nose, not just your eyes. Good, bring it in the center, keeping that neutral position. Now we're gonna gently nod our head yes. So our ear is tilted to our shoulder. We're nodding our head yes, up and down. Release, bring it up in the center. We're gonna switch sides. So take the left hand to the small of your back or on the floor as close to your right hip as you can get. Or right arm is going to grab that hand, right arm makes your chicken wing, and you're gonna tilt your head away. So the arm that's behind your back, you're pulling that shoulder down and you're lifting that ear up towards the ceiling, away from that shoulder. 4, 3, 2. Now we're gonna very gently shake your head no. And as we do this, I want you to notice the difference between one side and the other. So I'm getting a little bit of cracking up where my neck meets my occipital bones. Good, return to that neutral tilt. We're gonna nod our head yes. So think about making half of an X on a piece of paper with your nose. Good, release the arms, return to the center. We're gonna roll our shoulders up, back, and down into our back pockets. All right, let's just take a nice deep breath in. Inhale, spread your fingers as much as you can. Exhale, thumb to index, middle, ring, and pinky. Good, big breath in. Exhale, thumb to index, middle, ring, and pinky. Good, breathe it in. Last one. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, thumb to index, middle, ring, and pinky, and you are all done. You are all done. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope that you enjoyed this mobility and stretch. If this was not for you this morning, I totally understand that, but mobility and stretching is so important. So it's something that we should do at least once a week. If you can add in a little bit of mobility work at the end of your workouts, I try to do a little bit at the end of my classes. And, you know, once a month or so, I sneak in a mobility series that we do on Saturdays because we want to get stronger, but we need to be able to move our body in a pain-free way through its full range of motion. And I know that we have injuries and other things that happen that make things a little bit more challenging. But I personally have noticed that over the last few years, I have been much more sedentary, and I'm starting to notice that I'm really getting some imbalances in my body that I don't want to have to deal with as I age. I want to be as active as I possibly can, and you need to start now in order to be able to do that. So, you know, what they say, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Make the small changes now to make it so that you don't have to try to correct a bigger issue as you get older. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this workout. I will be back next Saturday. Remember, if you are interested in doing the 12 Days of Fitness workout, it's really basic. It's not anything complicated. I've got the dumbbell one ready. I want to get started with a body weight only one as well. But go ahead and head to my website, kwfitness.com. There's a link on this channel. Sign up for my newsletter. I'm not spammy. Normally you get one email a week. Has recipes, it has, you know, just fun stuff. It has a weekly challenge for you to try. I'm not a spammy emailer. You're just going to notice 12 emails over the next week and a half just for the 12 Days of Fitness. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope to see you in class again. Bye.